I want to talk about Durham for a minute. Of course, is where you're coming from. They dropped a documentary not too long ago, Welcome to Durham. It had Butter Team. Had Ninth Wonder. I don't think it had you guys on it.
They cut our scenes out, man.
They cut you out.
They cut our scenes out, man. We did an interview on the bus. We was actually on the High Road tour when they filmed this, man. They cut our scenes out, man.
I want to talk about Durham, though, and the idea that the documentary is getting across, that it's like becoming a gang capital or something like that. Is that true? And how does Durham become a destination? That's nowhere near to Los Angeles.
I got you. I mean, I don't know about it becoming, gang capital USA, but the gangs is prevalent in Durham, and I think the main thing the documentary was trying to bring across is just because it might be some small town. It's not a big city like a New York or LA, like what I'm saying. The gang activity and that certain element of street life is still prevalent there. You know what I'm saying? So don't think, say Durham, it's just country roads and, people with straw in their mouth and, you know what I'm saying, wearing overalls.
Cowbells.
Like, it ain't, so I think that's the point they might have been trying to make. I wasn't the direct or, brain behind that, so I don't know for sure, but that's what I take out of it.
Violence is prevalent there. Right?
Everywhere.
And hip-hop is the number one culture in the USA right now, multi-million-dollar business.
Yes.
Do we
link? It's still number one.
Well, is any music number one? I don't know. I haven't heard a rap song in too long.
Country still up there. You just don't listen to it.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's just the name of the song. I mean, that's not what I'm saying anyway. But having put out the Minstrel Show, obviously, the idea that, what was the idea you're trying to get across with the Minstrel Show as a title? And would you say that has to do with maybe hip-hop culture having anything to do with the violence and what's going on in society right now, or do you think they're kind of separate? I think we was just, with the Minstrel Show, I think that was a statement for music, man. It was just talking about the lack of balance that we still have today in music, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they, want to point the finger and blame, hip-hop and rap music for a lot of ills in society, because that's all they hear on the radio, and it's like, we not controlling what the radio play at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Bring some balance to it, you know what I'm saying? But, and also at the end of the day, kids now are getting raised on television and radio, you know what I'm saying? It is having a major influence on them, because they see such and such in their video with a big car, so they want to go get a big car, want to do anything to get the big car, whatever. So it's kind of like kids are getting brainwashed now, because they seeing the same images and the same hearing the same things over and over and over again. It's like it's just beating them into submission. You know what I'm saying? So but all it's just like it's part of the problem, but it's not the whole problem. Yeah.
Like that's I think that's the problem I have with it. Everybody playing a part, in it, but they want to just point the finger at one thing, like, it's hip hop. That's all it is.
Do you think it's a fair comparison when they say that you can't blame hip hop because we got like violent movies? Everybody likes to bring up Arnold Schwarzenegger and Terminator and shit like that. Do you think there's definitely a clear difference between the two?
This shit's so visual, you know what I'm saying? So detailed, like, or not even detailed, just so blunt and so plain. Like, nigga, I sold drugs on my block and I made a lot of money. They don't say my man got knocked. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about killer season right now.
And he doing 100. I ain't talking about nobody in particular. You know what I'm saying? My man doing 100 years in the pen, like.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's the same as a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it ain't no difference. Just one you see and one you listen to. You get, you know what I'm saying? You can be affected either way. There's some people who are visual learners, some people who are, you know what I'm saying, who learn by hearing. So, you just never know. Like, so I think they both had the same effect. You can't, put one off on the other.
We can always appreciate, Little Brother as being a source of, education as well as entertainment when it comes to history. You were a history teacher, so obviously that comes through in the albums. Now, when you talk about balance, Lil Wayne was an interesting choice that you got on Getback. How did that come together, and what was your thinking behind bringing like the king of bling and drug rap to fucking rocking with Little Brother?
It's just mutual respect, man. At the end of the day, it's about making dope music. You know what I'm saying? No matter, I respect Wayne as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I respect him as an artist and I want to work with him, I'm not going to let, what he stand for prohibit me, you know what I'm saying, from working with him. So it was just a thing where we met him in 06 in Houston at All-Star Weekend, and found out he was fans of ours, and we talked to him for a little bit. And when it was time to make this record, when we heard the joint that he actually on, it was just something was like, yo, I think, you know, this I think Lil Wayne will like really bring this out. And we got in touch with him and, you know, sent him the beat. 2 days later, he sent the verse back, real professional, real. It was just like, yo, what you need, it's done. And it was done, you know what I'm saying? Actually one of the most professional and quick artists that we've ever worked with, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's just mutual respect, man. Just trying to make dope music at the end of the day. It's not about, you know, what he stand for, what we stand for, what we think he represent, or what people think we represent. If it's dope, it's dope. If it's not, it's not at the end of the day. And that's all that matters.